Hi, this is Nala Kaur and welcome back to my channel where I offer career coaching tips that you can apply immediately. Today we're going to be talking about how to negotiate that salary that is fair for you. So congratulations, you've made it through the interview process and you're now at the stage where you are negotiating a full salary and benefit package. Now for many people, talking about money can be really awkward and anxiety provoking. So sometimes in our rush to get it over with, we may accept the first offer that they give, or when asked what our salary expectations are, we may blurt out a salary amount that we haven't really thought through. That's pretty much what I did when I accepted my first job offer out of school. I was so excited and enthusiastic, I blurted out a dollar amount and felt really awful because they accepted immediately, and then I realized I could have asked for more if I had stayed a little bit longer in the negotiation process. Then I tried to justify my decision by saying, oh well, it's my first real job offer out of school. I'm going to just chalk this one up to experience. But really, deep down, I did feel awful because I know I could have gotten a better deal and I knew I had left money on the table. I experienced what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, which is that mental discomfort we have when we've taken an impulsive decision or done something that we don't feel really good about. Then we try to justify and rationalize our behavior so that we can make ourselves feel better. So let's make sure you don't get caught off guard and that you can come into those negotiations well prepared and getting the amount that you deserve. I learned the hard way that the first offer is rarely the best offer and that really it's just a starting point to negotiations. Most organizations will expect you to negotiate, so when they're offering you a salary, they will typically start low. If they start with their best offer, then they have nowhere to go. Here's the thing, when you accept a salary with an organization, that amount becomes your benchmark for as long as you are with them. As most companies will only offer incremental cost of living increases year after year. So you have to make sure that what you're getting up front feels really good for you and feels really fair. Unless, of course, you get a promotion or you decide to go somewhere else with a different organization, which is what I did 3 years later when I had the opportunity to apply for a promotion with another organization and I was able to negotiate a fair salary that I felt really good about. So here are 4 tips for you to consider as you begin the negotiation process. As I've mentioned in previous videos, planning and preparation are key. So do your research. Find out what other people make in the industry that you're joining for the type of work that you have applied for, as that will vary greatly. Job sites like LinkedIn and Indeed can really point you in the right direction, and you can do some searches on those sites. Here in Canada, we have Stats Canada, which does regular employment surveys, and they will provide you with a listing of salaries for different job types, different levels, experience, location, even the level of risk. For example, if you're working with heavy equipment, if you're working in manufacturing, maybe in a lab, those are all variables that are factored in to what companies are willing to pay. So be sure to do your research. Some organizations will offer salary ranges right in the job description. Typically, you'll see this in public sector type work where it is a requirement to post, such as hospitals, schools, manufacturing. Sometimes hourly paid work could be posted right in the job description, so you already have some data that you're working with there. But even then, typically they will offer ranges. So you need to ensure that you're being paid fairly within that range, and that's where the homework really is important. Most, if not all, private sector salaries will not be posted, and organizations will expect you to negotiate. Tip number 2, as much as possible, defer to their expertise and let them go first with a salary offer. You can say something like, you guys are the experts in this field and you interview many candidates. What do you think would be a fair salary for the scope of the work I'm going to be expected to do in this job? Now, sometimes it can become a bit of a cat and mouse game, and they may not be willing to give you a dollar amount immediately and want to hear what your expectations are. So that leads me to tip number 3. If you are pressed, offer a broad range. And here's where your research really comes in handy. You can say something like, in doing my research, I noticed other companies will pay between, let's say, $45,000 and $65,000 for this type of work. Does that sound fair? And then turn it back to them to see what they have to say, and then take your cues from their response, and now you've got a process that you are negotiating with. Very importantly, you are also sending the message that you're not willing to go below your minimum amount, in this case $45,000, and that you are negotiable within that range. And tip number 4, do consider the full benefit package. Now, some companies really do have constraints in terms of salary amounts they can offer you. However, they can sweeten the pot with other benefits they can be proud to offer. For example, find out if they have health and dental plans. What about vacation? Sometimes companies will come in with their standard 2 weeks, but you may want that 3rd week. And so if they're happy with you as a candidate and they've come this far with you, that could potentially be something that you can gain for yourself. So make sure you ask. What about flex time, working from home? Do they pay for overtime? So these are all questions you need to ask and make sure are covered up front so that there are no surprises. Frankly, that is when you have the most negotiating power. All of these benefits do translate to the total package, and sometimes, depending on how generous the benefits are, you can get up to 30% more in terms of your total earnings when you do look at each of those benefits and what they are worth. So those are your 4 tips. Do your research, defer to their expertise as much as possible. If you're pressed, give a broad range that you can work with so you're not feeling hemmed in, and do consider the full benefit package and what you're getting beyond just the salary amount. Taking these steps will help you avoid that cognitive dissonance and accept a salary offer that you can feel really good about. And what a great way to start a new position. So I hope you found these tips helpful. If so, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to hear from you. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of networking and how crucial it is so that you can continue to build your career and grow with the networks that you build over time. Whether you're starting a new job, whether you're expanding your network to move into a different career altogether, or you may be in the midst of a career transition. How do you capitalize on your network to help you get that next great opportunity? So stay tuned for that. If you're interested in more one-on-one coaching, please visit my website at the end of this video. It's called Core Capabilities Consulting, and I'm happy to support you in a one-on-one capacity. Thank you, good luck, and all the best.